think of this for a moment. What would your life be like if you were afraid of absolutely nothing? Not men, not beasts, not financial ruin, not public shame. Nothing at all. Imagine a life where fear no longer dictated your choices, where hesitation dissolved, and where every opportunity could be seized without the shackles of doubt. Do you realize what that would mean for you? This is Mind Elevate YouTube channel. We have one core mission, and that is to help you rise to your higher self. We help you elevate your life with our daily dose of mind-uplifting content and empowering resources. Once you become fearless, life itself becomes limitless. Every wall you've believed was unbreakable suddenly turns into paper. Every ceiling you thought was impossible to reach shatters. Fearlessness is not arrogance, it is freedom. I stand before you as someone who should not even be alive today. I've faced death in ways most would consider impossible to survive. I've been trampled by a charging buffalo, only to rise, chase it down, and bring it down with my own hands. I've stood against a Kodiak bear, armed with nothing but a knife, and prevailed. These aren't tales of recklessness, they're proof that courage reshapes destiny. That's why I can say with conviction, you cannot kill me. And if you can embrace even a fraction of that fearlessness, you'll begin to understand how powerful you really are. But here's the tragedy, we are not raising fearless people anymore. Society is producing weaker generations, afraid of everything. Look at the facts. In 1986, the average man's handshake measured 118 pounds of pressure, a symbol of confidence, strength, and conviction. Fast forward to 2016, and that number dropped to 96 pounds. That's not just weaker hands, it's weaker spirits. Testosterone levels and sperm counts, measured half a century ago and today, reveal another startling decline. Men are producing only 60 to 70% of what they once did. We are not just weaker physically, we are weaker mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We've gone from explorers who sailed across oceans, discovered continents, and built empires, to young adults who need safe spaces because someone said a harsh word. Snowflakes melt under pressure, and right now we're surrounded by them. Here's my test. What would you do if someone spit in your wife's face? The answers I hear today are shocking. I try to understand what kind of day he was having. Maybe he was stressed. Maybe I'd just ignore it. Are you kidding me? I'd be in prison for murder before I allowed that kind of disrespect. Now, am I saying that's the solution? No. But I am saying that we desperately need a generation that acts like they have a backbone. A generation that refuses to be walked on, mocked, and silenced. Because here's the truth, life is not easy. There's never an easy time to make a hard decision. Never. But if you cannot pull the trigger, if you cannot take decisive action when it matters most, then you'll spend your life watching opportunities pass you by. Reading books is good. Listening to podcasts can inspire you. But if that's all you do, it's not action. It's procrastination disguised as productivity. The difference between average people and high performers is simple. High performers believe in the extraordinary. If your wildest dream is to become a millionaire, you will never make 10 million. If your dream is 10 million, you'll never see 100 million. And if you aim for 100 million, you'll never touch a billion. Why? Because your subconscious doesn't lie. When your target is 100 million, you slow down at 75, 80, 90. Your spirit tells you, you've done enough. And maybe you stumble across the finish line by accident. But those who go beyond? They set their sights so high that ordinary limits lose meaning. One of my greatest regrets in life is not setting my goals high enough. Not missing birthdays, not missing graduations, though I did. My greatest regret is that I didn't demand more of myself. Because when you aim too low, you cheat yourself of the life you could have lived. Let's crush another illusion, work-life balance. There's no such thing. There are only work-life choices, and every choice comes with consequences. Yes, I missed my daughter's 16th birthday party. Yes, I celebrated Christmas in January instead of December. But ask yourself, what's worse? Missing those moments or dying broke, leaving your family nothing but debt? The world will call you a bad parent, a selfish spouse, an unkind leader. But notice who's saying that. It's the people who never built anything themselves. It's the broke pundits, the weak advisors, the people who settled for less. High performers don't ask for balance. They make choices and they live with the weight of those choices. That's the price of greatness. Now let's talk about your environment. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If your circle spends every weekend at the bar, drinking, belching, and watching sports, that's the future you're buying for yourself. Not success. Not greatness. Mediocrity. And it's not just about friends. It's about guilt, fear, and society itself. Guilt whispers, you don't deserve wealth. Fear screams, what if you fail? And society chants, stay small. Don't be ambitious. Don't stand out. But as John Lennon once said, being honest may not get you many friends, but it will always get you the right ones. Choose carefully who you walk with, because your environment will either elevate you or bury you. Another truth, true power is restraint. Warren Buffett once said, you will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you. True power is sitting back, observing with logic and holding yourself in restraint. If words control you, then anyone can control you. Once people were taught, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Today it's the opposite. Words have become deadly. Universities create safe spaces so adults can hide from offensive ideas. Parents raise children so fragile that a single insult destroys them. If your grown child needs protection from words, you failed as a parent. To live free, you must stop caring what people say. Reduce that emotional baggage and you'll accomplish more in 5 years than most will in a lifetime. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack good habits. For 50 years, I've lived by habits that keep me sharp. Even when I feel weak, I ask myself, what's wrong with you? Get up, move, act. Habits keep me disciplined. Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, had what he called the sundown rule. Never leave the office with unfinished business. Every message answered, every task completed before he left. I live by that. My desk is cleared every night. Most of you fail at time management. You drift, distracted, always busy, but never productive. High performers don't allow that. They hold themselves accountable daily, weekly, relentlessly. Children are not programmed for success anymore. But occasionally we see what happens when they are. Tiger Woods was swinging golf clubs on national television at age 3. The Williams sisters were programmed for greatness in tennis before they were teenagers. I was programmed by accident. My father only had one goal: keep me alive until I reached the age of reason. My mother, on the other hand, tried to shape me into what she could never be. Maybe you've had the same experience. But here's the point, programming matters. If you want greatness for your children, what are you doing to instill it? Because if you leave it to chance, the world will teach them weakness, not strength. I believe with all my heart that we were put here to be all we can be, not a fraction, not a shadow, not a diluted version. You were not born to blend in. You were born to stand out. You were not created to survive. You were created to conquer. The only way to rise above mediocrity is to strip away fear, destroy excuses, build habits, and surround yourself with people who demand more of you than you ever thought possible. Once you stop being afraid of rejection, of loss, of failure, of criticism, you will discover that life is limitless. And when life is limitless, nothing and no one can stop you. We have come to the end of today's video. Thanks for staying till the end. We're building a tribe of focused, fearless creators who are done waiting and ready to recreate their lives. And I am inviting you to be a part of this community.